So not 2 days ago, we just talked about the stop sale, delivery issues, delays, and everything else going on with the Polaris snow checks for 2022. And lo and behold, 2 days later, Polaris sends out an email to just about everyone. Unless you don't have social media or you don't check your email, you probably already know about this, but Polaris has given us an ETA on delivery dates for 2022 snow checks. Just a reminder, I do update everything snow check on the channel. So if you snow check the sled and you want the latest updates on everything involved with snow check 2022, please take a second and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Ever since we found out about the whole stop sale thing and potential other delays, I have been on the case trying to figure out what's going on with these snow checks and when we have a possible time frame of getting these sleds in our hands. And well, today Polaris answered our question. If you watched the video a couple days ago, Polaris was talking to customers saying that they are going to have an announcement sometime in October. And well, it is only a few days in October and they've already made their announcement on snow checks. Now we do have an ETA on delivery date, but there is one thing for sure, and there's going to be some shortages on parts for the sleds. And we have a good idea of what those shortages are probably going to be. If you remember last year, some of the shortages we had were pretty much just the shocks. That was the main thing. Polaris was shipping sleds to dealers with pieces of metal for shocks, and it took a while for the dealers to get the shocks in. I think we're going to be dealing with a little bit more than just shocks this year. Here's the email that Polaris has sent out to just about everyone that has snow checked a sled, headlining 2022 snow check shipment update. Polaris says, we have been working diligently to build and ship 2022 snow check snowmobiles out of Rosso, Minnesota. As you are aware, there have been significant global supply chain challenge, and we have been affected by a number of these. This is an incredibly dynamic environment with a component availability changing daily. Beginning this week, we will be shipping 2022 snow check orders. Some of these sleds will be complete and ready to ship, and some may be missing some delayed components. We will be shipping the delayed components to the dealer separately, and the dealer will complete the installation of these components. As of today, we expect your sled and the remaining components to ship to your dealer by December 15th. We will send you an email notification when your sled ships and let you know if it is ready to ride or if any components are delayed. From there, your dealer will receive any delayed components and notify you when the sled is ready to pick up and ride. We greatly appreciate your passion and loyalty as a snow check customer and your understanding in this dynamic environment. And please know we are doing everything we can to deliver your sled as soon as possible. We appreciate your patience and understanding. The Polaris team. So there's some really good news in that email and some not so great news, but it's not terrible. So the really good news here is there are going to be some snow check sleds literally ready to ship out this week. So one of you guys watching this that snow checked the sled could literally be getting their sled shipped to them as we speak right now. But the bad news is you may be getting your sled shipped to you, but it may be missing some components. But this is huge because in my predictions, I kind of figured Polaris wasn't really going to start shipping until honestly November, where shortages and knowing how Polaris can be with snow checks, I wasn't thinking they were going to start shipping this early, but the fact that they're shipping already in October with everything going on in the world, that's huge. But as Polaris was talking, there are delayed components, and I have a couple good guesses on what those are probably going to be. The three parts that have been most talked about that are possibly going to be delayed from Polaris is number one, spindles. They're expecting to have a spindle shortage for sleds. So your sled may be showing up without spindles. Number two is going to be oil caps. Now I think this is like a really strange one, but I've heard it a bunch of different places. I don't know why an oil cap would be so difficult to get made. It's just plastic, but they are predicting that one of the shortages that these Polaris sleds is having is oil caps. Number three, the third thing that Polaris is supposedly going to be short on this year is the 7S display. Now, this is not a huge shocker to me. It's technology. I mean, look at millions of F-150, F-250, F-350 trucks sitting in parking lots in the middle of nowhere waiting for computer chips. The 7S display is powered by a computer chip, so it would only make sense that that is going to be pretty tough to make and pretty tough to get. Me, myself, I snow check my sled with the 7S display, so I would not be surprised if my sled comes in without the display. But if you went with the basic Polaris message center, you might be unlucky. You might end up getting your display. I think this chip shortage is only affecting the 7S display just because there's so much technology involved in making that display. Now, those are the only three things that I've heard about and seem to be the most valid. I'm sure there are other speculations out there, and the only person that truly knows what they are short on is Polaris. And quite obviously, Polaris has not come out and told us what they are short on just yet. But as sleds start arriving and dealers start getting these in and people start getting notified about their sleds and what's missing, we'll get further information on what is actually missing and what Polaris is actually short on. So yes, very good news today. We got confirmation from Polaris that everyone should be receiving their sleds by December 15th. Now, if you receive your sled ready to ride or not, we don't know. That's kind of up in the air. It's kind of up to what shortage we have and what specs you ordered on your sled. But the good news is it is sounding like Polaris is on track to have everyone's sleds delivered before January 1st. And that is huge because I did truthfully not expect that. Obviously, as we get more and more information on the situation and snow checks are starting to get delivered to dealers and delivered to people, there will be a follow-up video on this topic. But until then, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash a huge thumbs up on today's video. Comments below, let me know what you snow checked and let me know what you have heard from your dealership or Polaris rep. If you want the latest updates on SnowCheck 2022, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Make a top drop, palm trees on the beach, what do I got? Little money in my pocket and some pop rocks. I'm coolin', tell her I'm no hot shot. If you just tryna smoke, well I got spots. If you just